Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's reshaping industries, from finance to real estate and beyond, smart contracts. You've probably heard the term thrown around, especially in conversations about blockchain and crypto. But what are they, really? And why should you care? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what they are, how they work, and why they're such a game changer. So, let's start with the basics. What is a smart contract? Imagine a traditional contract, like the one you sign when you buy a house or lease a car. It asks a piece of paper that outlines the terms of an agreement between two or more people. Now, imagine taking that agreement and turning it into a piece of computer code. That's essentially what a smart contract is. It's a self-executing contract with the terms of the agreement directly written into lines of code. The concept isn't actually new. A computer scientist and cryptographer named Nick Szabo first came up with the idea back in the 1990s. He used a simple analogy to explain it: a vending machine. Think about it. When you want a soda from a vending machine, you follow a set of simple rules. You insert the right amount of money, you make your selection, and the machine automatically dispenses your drink. There's no need for a cashier or a middleman. The rules are programmed into the machine, and it executes them automatically. A smart contract works in a very similar way, but on a digital ledger like a blockchain. This brings us to how they work. Smart contracts live on a blockchain, which is a decentralized, distributed, and immutable digital ledger. Because they're on a blockchain, the terms of the contract are transparent to everyone involved and cannot be changed once they reset. The code contains all the logic, conditions, and outcomes of the agreement. It's built on simple, if-then statements. For example, if a specific condition is met, then a certain action is automatically triggered. Let's break that down. Say you and I make a bet on the outcome of a football game. We could create a smart contract that holds our money in a digital wallet. The contract would be programmed to automatically check the final score from a trusted sports data source. If Team A wins, then the contract automatically transfers all the money to your wallet. If Team B wins, then it transfers the money to my wallet. There's no need to trust each other or a third party to hold the money and pay the winner. The contract handles it all automatically and impartially. The code is law. Now, let's explore some more real-world examples to see how powerful this technology can be. Think about the real estate industry. Buying a house is a notoriously slow and complicated process. It involves lawyers, banks, agents, and a mountain of paperwork. A smart contract could streamline this entire process. The buyer and seller could agree on the terms, which are then coded into a smart contract on the blockchain. The contract could hold the buyer's funds in escrow. Once all conditions are met, like the title is cleared and the property inspection passes, the contract would automatically transfer the funds to the seller and the property deed to the buyer. This could cut down the process from months to just days, while also reducing costs by eliminating many of the middlemen. Or consider supply chain management. Companies constantly struggle to track goods as they move from the factory to the store shelf. A smart contract can be used to track every step of the journey. As a shipment moves from one location to another, sensors can record the data like location and temperature onto the blockchain. The smart contract could be set up to automatically trigger payments to the shipping company as soon as the goods arrive safely at their destination. This creates a transparent and tamper-proof record of the entire supply chain, reducing fraud, delays, and disputes. Insurance is another fantastic example. Imagine your flight is delayed. With a traditional travel insurance policy, you have to fill out a claim form, submit proof, and wait for the company to process it. With a smart contract, the insurance policy could be linked to a flight data feed. If the data shows your flight is delayed by more than, say, 3 hours, then the smart contract automatically triggers a payout directly to your account. No claims process, no waiting. It's instant and hassle-free. The potential applications are almost endless. From managing royalties from musicians, where every stream automatically triggers a micropayment, to facilitating secure and transparent voting systems, smart contracts have the power to automate trust and efficiency in nearly any transaction you can think of. So, why are smart contracts so important? The key benefits are trust, security, efficiency, and cost-effectiveness. First, trust. Because the rules are coded and executed automatically on a decentralized network, you don't need to trust the other party. You just need to trust the code. Second, security. Blockchain technology is incredibly secure. The records are encrypted and distributed across many computers, making them almost impossible to hack or alter. Once a contract is on the blockchain, its terms cannot be changed. Third, efficiency. Automation is the name of the game. Smart contracts eliminate the need for manual processing and a lot of the back-and-forth communication, which drastically speeds up processes. Finally, cost-effectiveness. By cutting out intermediaries like lawyers, brokers, and notaries, smart contracts can significantly reduce transaction costs for everyone involved. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's crucial to also understand the risks and challenges associated with smart contracts. The biggest risk is the code itself. Remember how I said the code is law? Well, if there's a bug or a vulnerability in that code, it can be exploited, and the consequences can be disastrous. The most famous example of this is the 2016 DAO hack, where a flaw in a smart contract's code allowed a hacker to drain tens of millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency. Once the contract is deployed on the blockchain, it's generally immutable, meaning you can't just go in and fix the bug. The funds are gone. This is why it is absolutely critical for smart contract code to be rigorously tested and audited by experts before it is ever used. Another challenge is the Oracle problem. Smart contracts are great at handling information that's already on the blockchain. But what about information from the outside world, like the football game score or the flight delay data I mentioned earlier? The smart contract needs a way to reliably get this external data. These data feeds are called oracles. The problem is, if the oracle is compromised or provides incorrect information, the smart contract will execute based on that faulty data. The whole system is only as trustworthy as its data source. So, developing secure and reliable oracles is a major area of focus in the blockchain space. There's also the legal aspect. How do smart contracts fit into our existing legal frameworks? Are they legally binding in a court of law? The regulations around this are still evolving and vary from country to country. While they can automate agreements perfectly, resolving disputes when something goes wrong can still be a complex legal issue that we're just beginning to figure out. And finally, there's the human element. Smart contracts are written in programming languages. This means that for the average person, they're completely unreadable. This lack of accessibility can be a barrier to adoption. We need to develop more user-friendly interfaces that can translate complex code into plain language that everyone can understand and trust. So, to wrap things up, smart contracts are a revolutionary technology with the potential to make our digital interactions more secure, efficient, and transparent. They are self-executing agreements stored on a blockchain, running on simple if-then logic, much like a digital vending machine. From real estate and supply chains to insurance and royalties, their applications are transforming industries by automating trust and cutting out the middlemen. However, we must also be mindful of the risks, including bugs in the code, the Oracle problem, and the evolving legal landscape. As the technology matures and these challenges are addressed, we can expect to see smart contracts become an increasingly integrated part of our daily lives. They are a fundamental building block of the new digital economy, and understanding them is key to understanding the future of technology and business. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this video gave you a clear and comprehensive understanding of what smart contracts are all about. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the technologies shaping our world. And let me know in the comments below what is the most exciting application of smart contracts you can think of. I'd love to hear your ideas. See you in the next one.